Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to use Dollar Tree products to make these adorable farmhouse shutters. They are so cute and would look so cute with any farmhouse decor. We are also going to use the same technique for those shutters to make this shutter box, I'm going to call it, that you could put a candle in or even flowers. Stay tuned. So for the first DIY, I'm going to be using two 5x7 canvases from the Dollar Tree, some reindeer moss, some popsicle sticks. I'm using 16 total. I'm going to be using these cute little wreaths. I think they came in a 6-pack from Hobby Lobby. Some white paint. You can use acrylic or chalk, and some buffalo check ribbon. This is such an easy project. So first off, we're going to remove those canvases. My original plan was to save the canvas for a future project, but little snafu. When I was trying to remove the staples, which by the way are in there as tight as can be, I didn't have a small enough screwdriver to get under the staple to lift it up so I could use the needle nose to pull it out. I was using my little spatula for my silhouette cameo and that just wasn't working. I only got a couple. So I opted to not take the staples out and I cut the canvas off of it, which really broke my heart because I really wanted to save that canvas but just couldn't. When you take the canvas off, there's a little splinters on these, so I'm using some sandpaper just to remove any rough edges or splinters that you might see after you remove the canvas. Now, since I made two of these, and I always tell you I don't do one ahead of time, I do them with you, I was able to work out the kinks. Here's one of them. Do not measure your popsicle sticks this way. I did this on the first one, and they came out too short. These are super easy to cut with just a pair of scissors. And like I said, I'm using 8 popsicle sticks for each frame. And I measured these using, like I told you, that first way, which I fixed doing the second one. And these were all too short. I only had so many popsicle sticks, so I had to go with it. So again, I'm going to show you what not to do first. I thought I could put hot glue on the ends and glue them, but since they were a little too short, this really wasn't working. It was good enough for video purposes, but we're going to do it right in a few minutes. I'll show you the right way to do this. They were just a tad too short. It was crazy, like just a tad. Okay, so here's the right way to measure. Put the popsicle stick on top of the frame and draw your lines and then cut them to size. These fit very tight and snug within that picture frame or canvas frame, whatever you want to call it, and it was much better. When you put these inside of the frame, you want to angle them just like a shutter. And you want to angle them all the same direction. So see, you can tell right now that those fit so much better within the frame. I did have to trim a little. When I say trim a little, you think you're trimming a little, but you end up trimming too much, just like a hair maybe trim off of them if they're a little bit too long. It's better to keep cutting than to cut too much and have something too small. I probably wouldn't have been as careful if I would have had more of these craft sticks, which I didn't. This basically is the last of my stash here as far as these crafting sticks or popsicle sticks, tongue depressors, whatever you want to call them. But as you can see, I am just trimming off just a smidge because I want these to fit snug and tight within this frame. So once you have them all measured, all cut in your frame, you can very gently flip this over and you can add hot glue to the edges of it, being sure that when you do that, because it's gonna drip. There's really no way. But right now with it, well, you're gonna see in a second. When I flip it over, you're gonna be on the back end of this. So the drips are not gonna be seen. They're gonna be on the part that you, with it tilted down, you're not gonna see those. So I'm hoping I'm explaining this correctly. This part actually is harder to explain than I thought it would be. So I just added just a dollop of glue to each corner, knowing it was going to drip, but it's going to drip on that side that you don't see. Once you have those, stand it up real quick so when it is running a little bit, it won't glue down to your table, which I did on the first one. So be careful with that too. Then just for, I don't know, because I think a shutter should have this part on it, I just added a little bit of hot glue to each one, and I secured another one of those popsicle sticks to the back of it, just to give it that shutter look. Basically, it's not holding anything into place. It's just giving it that look. I took my acrylic paint and I painted inside, corners, edges, everything but the back, and gave it a nice coat. I only did one coat because if the brown or light, or it's really light tan color wood was showing through, that was okay because it kind of gave it a distressed look. So I only used one coat, but I did make sure that I went in the corners, in the little slots on the side, the popsicle stick on the back. I made sure that was covered because you will be able to see through these. Then I came in with this mineral paint by Waverly and just gave it a dry brushing over everything. It was just a little bit too white for me, and I thought that adding that mineral really would make this look farmhouse countryer. Is that a word? Countryer. But I just like the look of adding just a little hint of that mineral across the top and the slats. So now we have those done. We're going to work on our little wreaths to hang. These wreaths are so cute. I can't wait to go back to Hobby Lobby. I am like wanting to go to Hobby Lobby so bad. But using hot glue, on the first one I decided to put hot glue and then just put the reindeer moss on top of it. But you can really end up burning your fingers this way because the hot glue does come through the reindeer moss. So I got smarter on the second wreath and I just went faster. I put hot glue going all around the second wreath, and then I put the reindeer moss on top of it, and I hurried up, I flipped it over and I smashed it to the table to secure it and did not burn my fingers. So once you have your reindeer moss in place, just use some scissors and trim it the way you would want. Trim the edges, trim the middle, and then it really comes together as a wreath. Using some black and white buffalo check ribbon, I wrapped it around the inside of the wreath, and I'm just going to attach it to the top using hot glue. I did this 2 different ways on each one. On this one, I made a really tiny little buffalo check bow and put that in the top center of the wreath. For the second one, I did it without the bow. I don't really know which one I like better, if I like the bow or if I don't. I kind of like them both. I might maybe be leaning towards the one without the bow, just because it kind of blends in, and I don't know. See, now that I look at it again, I like that one too. So that's just your personal preference here. Either leave it the way it is with just a little hanger or add the bow. Either way, it's super cute. How cute are these? Oh my gosh. There's little, because they're 5x7 canvases. This could even go into a 3-tiered tray on top. There's so many different ways you could glue these 2 together and only put 1 wreath in the center of both of them, not put 1 on each one. So many different ways you could style these, and it's just so funny to me that they were made out of popsicle sticks. So very, very cute. On to project number 2. We're going to be using these little beads I have. We're going to use 4 5x7 canvases, and we're going to just use the white paint. And you'll see why I didn't use the other 2 at the probably middle to end of this video. These are straws, which I also was going to use in this project, but ended up not having enough. And then I have these awesome candles my mother-in-law gave me that are battery operated. So you're going to do the same thing, exactly the same way that we did when we were making just the individual shutters. You're going to remove the canvas. You don't need to remove these awful staples. I'm going to have bad dreams about these staples tonight. And do it the same exact way. Measure and cut. Make your slats. Flip it over. Add some hot glue. And then paint both of these. I have limited crafting supplies right now. So I am using the 2 that I made in the first project with these 2 that I made also, just because I didn't have enough, which breaks my heart because I really love those shutters. So I'm gonna, when I can go shopping again, I'm gonna get the supplies and I'm gonna make 2 more shutters because those are so cute and I can't wait to decorate with them. But because I didn't have enough supplies to be able to do the shutter box for you, you're gonna see that the one shutter I'm using has the wreath on it, which you would add to the end or even leave off if you don't want the wreath on this box. So I'm just explaining to you guys right now why you're going to see the wreath already added to this project. You're going to paint them exactly the same way as the first 2. White first, getting all the nooks and crannies, and then dry brush it with the mineral to match the first 2. Now it's time to attach. You're going to want to use wood glue or E6000, something more durable than what I'm using. I'm just using my hot glue for video reasons. So that I could have it quick and wouldn't have to wait for it to dry. And like I said, E6000 or wood glue would be a much better choice than hot glue. So I'm just adding some hot glue to the edges of these and attaching all 4 of these shutters together. You're going to want to attach it to the inside and make sure that you do it the same way. So when you add this last piece, you're not going to do it in between, you're going to do it on the outside. So when you, okay, I said inside, I'm so sorry. When you attach the side pieces, those are on the inside. The outside pieces go on the outside. Okay, get with it, Kel. So just hold it in place for a minute. Let that hot glue dry. If you're using E6000, you're going to set this aside right now to fully dry. How cute is this little box? Oh my goodness, I'm in love with this little shutter box. So cute. Using these beads I have, my beads are not, they don't have the hole going all the way through, so they're perfect little feet, and that's what I'm using them for on this project. I'm attaching them with hot glue. Again, you'll probably want to use E6000 or wood glue, and I'm hot gluing to all 4 corners to make little feet. I thought it looked cute, the wood look, so I did not paint these feet. If you want it to all match, then by all means add a little bit of white paint to these feet. Super cute either way. You do not have a bottom to this, which actually works in your favor for adding a candle or a flower pot with wildflowers would be so beautiful. So I told you at the beginning I ended up not using these straws. These straws already are silver, so I thought I could make like a peak and put almost like a galvanized roof on this. And I didn't have enough straws, and you know what, after I was done with this project, I don't even know if I would want a roof on this because it's so cute without one. But who knows, maybe one day I'll grab this and grab some more straws and try this and try adding a roof to this. But I ended up not doing this part of it. I showed you at the beginning the straws, so I wanted to show you where I was headed with that idea, but it just didn't pan out. So instead I went back to my paint and I ended up painting the inside. If the roof would have been on this, you wouldn't have seen the inside of this. But because now there is no top to this, I covered all of the staples and the inside with that white acrylic paint. It covered so good you could not even see the staples. So I wasn't worried about that. And there it is. I have a battery operated candle. You do not want to use a real candle in this for obvious reasons. It'll just set it all on fire. So these battery operated candles are so adorable. My mother-in-law got me a pack of 3 for Christmas a while back. They even have a little remote control. So cute. But this candle just illuminates this box so well. It's so pretty. It would make such a cute little farmhouse nightlight. Oh, I'm in love with this piece. As I told you, they're battery operated and it's not hot. It's not a real flame. Takes 3 AAA batteries, so it's all good, all safe, nothing catching on fire here. But it is just so pretty at night with it lit up. I am also going to show you what it looks like when it's during the day and the candle isn't illuminating it, and it's super cute both ways. It just pops. You could not put the wreath on this. That would be super cute too. Mine has a wreath because during the first project when I did that wreath, I used the same things as I had said before. If you're curious about this gossip bench that it's sitting on, I am doing a collaboration with 4 wonderful DIYers, and that video will be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. You don't want to miss that one. These ladies are amazing, and I'll go step by step of how I did a trash to treasure on that gossip bench. So come back tomorrow. I know I usually post on Sundays. This week is just a little different because of the collaboration. So I love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a blessed and wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.